Hello everybody, this is King Tup bringing you another StarCraft 2 replay. This time we are not going to be doing anything in MLG. Actually found some Stephano videos and going to catch a couple of these while we wait for the next round of MLG stuff to come out. I believe this is from the EU ladder, so let's jump into the game and see how things go. Find my buttons there we go. Alright, so we got a ZVP spawning in the south. In the red is ShoWTimE, our Protoss player, and up in the north is Stephano, the blue Zerg player. This is on Cloud Kingdom. Cloud Kingdom has rocks up here going into your natural. Relatively easy to hold natural there. You got your third over here, no rocks in between. Relatively wide open choke getting into it, so you really got actually two separate chokes going through it because you can come up this way also. Off of that, I'm not sure if maybe you take this as your fourth or this is your fourth. I don't know, but I haven't seen it. The way the map's set up, it probably divide it down quite kind of like this, down this line in between these two expansions. As I said, I believe this is from the EU ladder. I would assume so. Actually, the map was in French and I don't do French, so had to kind of look it up to see which map this was. Yeah, so Stephano's got a really interesting build for his ZVP. It's really hopefully we'll see it on this one. He likes to go up and get a bunch of expansions, get some roaches up, but kind of skips the whole roach hydra thing that you typically see, so that he can get his transfer into the Infestor Broodlord and just kind of hold everything off with roaches if possible, and then drops a lot of spine crawlers and stuff like that. It's a really cool game style or play style, and I hope you see some of that. Got a Forge Fast expand coming out of ShoWTimE, and got the spawning pool already on the way, and then go down and see if you can get this expansion dropped off here. ShoWTimE does get the pylon down, but the pool should be done here in a second. Probably end up floating a few minerals where he could run over and take the third. We'll have to see what he does with that. Overlord's just about down to the other side of the map. Next is going off for a Protoss player, Queen on the way for Zerglings, so actually not going to end up floating any minerals whatsoever, getting a little bit of damage done on those shields. Looks like he's going to head over towards that third. He should be seeing everything just coming up over here. We now have a gateway coming up for the Protoss player. Zerglings are out, so they'll be able to take this pylon down so he can expand down here. And starting to float some minerals now. Really wants to get a hatch down. Doing a pretty good job of delaying that. The longer you can delay it, the better for the Protoss player. But should be able to actually move a drone down and expand down here. Another pylon going up. This one will probably get cancelled as everything's already there. And this expansion will finally be able to go down. To get him down to natural, and he'll just quick double expand off that. He does see the expansion up here, I believe. Yeah, it does see the expansion up there, so that's your pretty typical. Just double expand if you see the Protoss quick expanding for all you Zergy players out there. Cybercore going down for our Protoss player. And now we just kind of settle in for a little bit more time. See what he goes. Don't see the see if he goes with some Stargate harass. I know that's pretty popular right now, doing a little bit of a couple of Void Rays and some Phoenixes out. Give you some map control and really just harass that Zerg player while you get the death ball up. So we'll see what happens with that. You get a really nice timing off that. You get the 17-minute timing with your Colossus Stalker or Colossus Zealot army coming through, and it actually will typically hit before somebody, even if you're really rushing for that Infestor Broodlord, it'll hit just about the time the Greater Spire finishes up and catches the Zerg in a really awkward position. That's part of the reason why I kind of like the style that Stephano's come up with, because it kind of helps alleviate part of that, because you slow down that death push with all the spine crawlers, and by the time you get through the spine crawlers, you've got all of your Broodlords up. See the drone transfer here for Stephano. Got some gases coming down. starting to spread that creep out. One thing about that style that he does, you really need to get your creep out so that you can get your spine crawlers positioned correctly. And pretty standard warp gate kind of up, +1, so probably just seeing go up to that nice little death ball that Protoss likes to put together. And Stephano's just droning up really hard, knows he really doesn't have to worry about too much as far as any sort of pressure. 3 more gates on the way for the Protoss player. A few more Zerglings coming up. Should see speed coming up along with the layer. Decides to go layer first. Speed should be coming up next when he gets the gas. That's your typical drop off there, and then probably a roach warren following that up relatively soon. He's looking pretty good on the saturation off of the 3rd. Natural's a little undersaturated, and perfect saturation up here for on the main. And we do have the roach warren plus the Evo chamber going down. +1 attacks just about finished. Twilight Council on the way. Another gas going up for a Protoss player. And continuing to drone up for our Zerg player. I like this little Overlord positioning here. You can kind of see if he's getting any big sorts of units coming out here. Nice little Overlord spot here. Does see this coming through. Speed's about halfway done. And now we see that swell of roaches. Looks like he might take a little bit of damage here on the 3rd. Probably be able to pick off this Stalker. A little bit of harass here. The Stalker's going to go ahead down, but he is going to lose all of the lings. But these roaches will be coming up here shortly. Should be able to push this back up hatch. He's going down this hatch pretty quick. That does actually manage to get the hatch down. All of these go to your side. Pretty quick here though. Do have a replacement hatch going down here at a 4th position, and probably will retake this 3rd here in a second. Does manage to save the queen, so that's a pretty big deal. Always want to keep your queen as much as possible. And we should see him moving around to take out any of these pylons we see. Not sure if he knows that one over there is up. No, he doesn't know the one on the back is up, so we'll have to see if he does go ahead and move over to get that. Doesn't look like it. Actually, no, now he's starting to move back with the Zerglin, so he should see this. Okay, that's just how it happens afterwards. So, all the forward pylons going down. 3 more gateways now on the way, and the Robos down. The Observer coming out. Should see the Robo Bay coming up here shortly with the Colossus and the range. Some sentries coming up. That's just kind of protect against some sort of attack. Infestation pit plus a macro hatch, and that 3rd base is now coming back up. This replacement 3rd/4th down here is just about finished, so we'll probably see the drones transfer. Yeah, there's the drone transfer right there. And +1/+1 on the way. Blink is on the way. +2 ground attack is on the way. Plus an immortal on the way up for our Protoss player. So kind of poking around a little bit with the roaches here, checking for any expansions. It's about the time that you want to see a 3rd coming up if you're the your Protoss. Pathogen glands now on the way, and would not surprise me to see that hive started relatively soon. He does kind of like to get that up, but usually drops the hive and the spire at about the same time, just because he doesn't really need air units that much until he goes to the Broodlord. You start your spire and the hive at the same time. They match up pretty close, so that as soon as that spire gets finished, go ahead and go straight over to that greater spire, and you also save yourself some time or some minerals with not having a spire just sitting there doing nothing. We now have spore crawlers starting to go out, so he's getting ready to do that switch over and actually provide a little bit of extra protection on this 3rd here. I said a lot of attack avenues in here, so it's a little bit vulnerable. Something did take this out and I missed it. So, had a little bit of an attack there. We've got DTs on the board, so DT ran over there, killed that stuff off. Good old DTs. And now they're switching over to the Archon, so probably see the Archon Zealot type mix. Fester's on the way, +2 melee attack, +2 armor on the way, and retaking this 3rd now. This 4th plus a 5th base coming up here in the middle. More spine crawlers on the way up. third base is now finished here for our Protoss player. 2 spires and a hive on the way. This is also something else that Stephano likes to do, is get double spire so that he can work on I believe he goes for the armor, the air armor, which is actually pretty good. It actually makes your Broodlord survive a little bit longer, so that's always fun. Look at the income tab. Up to 75 drones for our Zerg player, 59 for our Protoss player. You'll see Stephano sometimes go up over 100 drones, which is actually a lot more drones than most typical Zerg players do, but he does use those for more spine crawlers. As you see, 4 more spines coming down here. We still got 3 back here, 4 back here, and another 3 right here. So he likes to get a lot of spine crawlers, and that does help delay that death ball push. And we see a big move out here, a lot of stalkers, and a 1 Archon, some sentries, and some immortals. Plus that observer. Goes ahead and cancels that gas, just moves out, ready to sacrifice that. Stephano is also not afraid to sacrifice expansion, so just expand somewhere else. I does see this pylon going up. Moving forces around. Quite a few infestors, mass flow of Zerglings, greater spires now on the way, plus the attack actually, so that's a little bit different. We do have a Robo Bay plus another robotic facility going up for our Protoss player. Killed off that 4th base again, and it's just going to pull back off of that. And we do have a warp prism out here, so that's a nice little harass. Warp prism place is always a little bit fun. Let's see if he expands back down here. Stephano, that is, or if he moves up. That does get caught and cancels all of the warp ends there, and he's just going to go back home. So positioning all of his bases back around this way is actually nice. It's a relatively easy place to defend. He's got the Zerglings kind of hold off any of the warp prism play, and then your Broodlord infestor force relatively slow, so you want to keep your forces together. Nice little catch there, does manage to get the fungals off, plus a few infested terrors to pick that off, so that's nice. 4 zealots down here, just kind of keeping an eye on that expansion down there. A lot of forward pylons all over the place, and should see a 4th base coming up for our Protoss, and there we go. Base right there. I haven't seen this replay, I was just guessing because it's about the time you want a 4th. We do have a Stargate on the way. 11 Corruptors, and the Zerg Flying Carapace is on the way, plus 3 melee attacks on the way. Should see at some point, I know he also likes to get these adrenal glands. Highly suggest that if you go up hive and you plan on having quite a few Zerglings on the board, it's free DPS there. So more spine crawlers on the way also. We have a Void Ray coming out, 2 Beacon on the way, and another Warp Prism on the way out. Thermal Lamp is just about finished, plus 2 armor on the way for our Protoss player. In case you were wondering, counter to Broodlords is Blink Stalkers and Archon Toilets, so Mothership is very important for that. 7 Broodlords on the way. Go big or go home. And should see some more Corruptors coming out here in a second. See, ShoWTimE's just about maxed out, not quite so for our Zerg player. Does spot this 4th base, and we got the big move out here. Stephano does have quite a few Zerglings though, and a lot of these spine crawlers help defend, so those will just kind of slow this push down, and he'll be able to go ahead and get built up and get maxed out here. More Broodlords on the way. Nice thing about this, you kind of look around, if you don't have a lot of or any air units whatsoever, you can actually safely turn a lot of those Corruptors into Broodlords. He's going to move up here, and it looks like he's going to take down this attempted 5th base here. We got another base coming down here, but the Void Ray is shown in out on the field. So a couple of trucks are going to take that out. This base is small. And really Stephano is really buying time right now. Plus 2 air attackers on the way now. 8 more Corruptors on the field, plus more Zerglings coming up, and we have a move out here, big Zergling run by, followed by a lot of infestors. We'll be able to go ahead and possibly clear this out, and in the meantime, the death ball is headed down here, out this base here, and this fourth base is going to go down, moving the infestors back up, match those up with the broodlords before he engages this army right here. Fourth base is down for the Protoss players, so now we're on 4 base to 3 base, so that's relatively comfortable. Getting pretty well mined out. Yeah, Zergmain's just about finished, coming close there. Naturals are coming down, getting pretty loose, so expansion's pretty important right here. Some nice bungles on these forces here. Looks like all the Colossus are dead, kicking off a lot here, and Stephano getting quickly back into the lead here, taking the lead here. As far as the unit counting station, I do have Templar Archives on the way, Motherships on the way. Should be out here in about 15-20 seconds or so. 2 more Colossus on the way, some Dark Templars. You can see those turning into Archons. A couple of Zealots moving around. Really shouldn't be able to get in much of anywhere. Actually, he's going to move him in over here to this 3rd base, and he actually doesn't have anything to defend up there. Is taking another base down here in the south. A bunch of High Templars here. They do not have Storm, but I'm going to go ahead and switch those guys over to our friendly Archons. Mothership is now up. +3 armor on the way. Now we got the +3 air attack. There's 2 more hatches on the way. Not sure where the other one is at. These Zealots did do a little bit of damage here, but able to clean it up and did not lose the clean. Okay, retaking this 5th base here. That's where the other hatch was going up. And now our Protoss player is actually going to start moving out. Now actually does have a bit of a lead here, and trying to retake this 4th. Actually may just position this force here to reinforce the 4th here. 5 more broodlords on the way. 3rd hatch going up, so expanding up into the top left corner also. So pretty much taking over half the map here. A lot of spine crawlers up, retaking this base down here. The 5th is now up, this base down here fully up. Looks like he wanted to take this one, so we should see the Protoss force move down here. And we'll see if Stephano, yeah, it looks like Stephano's going to move in to try to get this up. He's going to attack, but these spine crawlers should come close to him in time. The spine crawlers look at him. Colossus going into work, some nice bungles on these stalkers, doing a little bit of damage to the shield. Back out. Blinking in, kicking off a few of the broodlords here. Showtime's actually got quite a bit of a unit lead right now. There's a few units here. Getting a little too far out from the mothership. Warping in reinforcements right here. This 4th base is finished and should be on the way up here. Stephano can get some good engagements. He's actually in relatively good shape. He's got quite a few bases up. And his opponent's mined out in the main, just about in the natural, so he's really going to be working on 2 bases. Stephano's got the base down here, the base up here still got plenty of resources. This one here is not really mined out. This 3rd is a little bit mined out, just about lost that hatch, but it's okay. In the meantime, moving back down to this southern base. Some good bungles there on those stalkers, and able to clean up a lot of that. Does manage to take the supply count, and the mothership goes down. We should see another one started up here shortly. Did get a toilet down here. Caught a couple of broodlords in it, but didn't get any Archons in there to kill anything else off. Zergling's running by, gonna run up here. Nice little move with the DT warp in there, but is gonna head down into 3rd. Should be able to kill off some probes here if he holds position. There we go, hold position. Managed to take out a few probes there, and going to go ahead and back out. More broodlords and corruptors on the way, more drones to replace any lost drones and to put up more spine crawlers. Protoss force now moving out. Did get a few snipes off on some units here from Stephano. It's a little bit out of position to deal with this force, but may be able to come over and cut him off a little bit. Mothership about halfway done, more broodlords on the way, and they're going to go ahead and siege into this 4th and take this out, and they should be able to do it relatively easily. Protoss player moving around, probably going to aim to take out this base, and then move into the third building, I guess. That base does go down, removing the Broodlords, heading them back over to see if they can... If he stops to take out this one first, he should be able to get back to the third in time. Does manage to pull all of his drones back. Splitting units up, so this third is going to come under attack and finally go down. Or he could take them off with Infestors. Nice fungal there. Looks like he actually may be able to save this. Queen does go down. The Archons are kind of left here and may die. See if he can get another good fungal off on there. Moving back in. He actually doesn't have energy for any fungals. Does get one of the Archons down. Second Archon goes down. And Protoss Force is going to kind of dance around back here. Does take start to take another base here. Relatively safe base to take because he's got his army that can easily get in there to protect it. Base coming back up here for Stephano, and the Broodlords moving into the attack now. Nice fungal there on the Stalkers, able to take those off. And should be able to take out the Colossus and Immortals here. Plus most of those Zealots. Actually, the Colossus does manage to get away Zealots and the Immortals go down. Stephano is now sprinting into the lead. Very nice little supply lead that he's got there, and he's got better mining bases and more mining bases. This one should be up again shortly. Third is getting close to being mined out, but this Timber fourth base is now under attack. Trying to take out the mothership with fungals, and it is going to survive for now, it looks like. Got some more fungals. Toilet going down. Moving the Venus into the toilet. Needs to get these out as best he can. And the mothership goes down again. And these Broodlords are nice and safe out here to the side. These Broodlords are dying relatively quickly. Have to get close to Archons, but he did save most of them. 2-1 supply advantage right now. So we should be seeing a GG here shortly. Last Archon goes down. We're down to a couple of Zealot and Stalkers. One Stalker still up. A couple of Zealots in that Colossus are pretty much what he's got left. One Hydrogen Star. This base is going to go down. This base is... I never rebuilt that one. Fully mined out at the third, so should see the GG here shortly. Doesn't have anything. And there is the GG from ShoWTimE. So hope you guys enjoyed. Please leave any comments below. If you got anybody else you want me to replay, let me know. Gonna have a couple weeks before we get some more MLG stuff up. I'll probably get some more Stephano stuff out here in a little bit. Maybe a couple of my own games if I get on and play. But we shall see. I hope you guys enjoyed. Please leave any comments below, and I will see you all next time.